Hello again everybody. Welcome to Raspberry Pi for the older generation, and today we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be looking at the potentiometer, and why you need to know how to configure this in C++. Okay, so without further ado, let's go over to here. We're going to be using pin 13 on the Arduino board. As you know, that's already got an LED fixed to it. All right, pin 13, that's going to be for the LED. And for the potentiometer, we're going to be using A0, okay, analog pin 0. All right, let's go to the overhead. All right, so actually let's go to the schematic. So you can see exactly what we're going to build. Yep, that's looking fine. All right, that's looking fine. Let's get myself sorted. Right, we're going to build a circuit. Right, we need an LED. Because we're going to use the potentiometer to control that LED. All right, we're going to control the LED with the potentiometer and reading out a potentiometer and working with sensor data on a mathematical basis. All right, so normal circuit for an LED, but this time we're going to go to pin 13. Pin 13, we're in. Did you notice how the light dimmed on the Arduino? Now we're going to do the circuit for the potentiometer. Now it says to put it this way, so I'll put it that way, exactly how it says it on the schematic. See that? All right, so the first one we're going to do, the left leg of the potentiometer goes to ground. Left leg goes to ground. All right, so we put that to ground. Center leg, which is the signal leg, goes from the center pin, and that goes to analog 0 on our Arduino. All right, and then we got our right leg of the potentiometer, goes from the right leg, and that goes to 5 volts. And there we go. Let me just move that out of the way a bit so I can get to the potentiometer. Remember, I've got my 5-volt rail, okay, going to 5 volts on the Arduino. So it makes this 5 volts up to the gap live. All right. I don't know if you guys have set it up the same way, your breadboards, all right, but it is the easiest. It gives you more grounds and more 5 volts. All right, okay. Let's go to our sketch. Okay, you can see that I've loaded a new sketch. If you haven't seen any of my new videos, okay, it's file new sketch. And as you can see, I'm already connected to my Arduino Uno on COM3. If you haven't got your board connected, your down arrow. As I said before, if you've connected it before, it normally auto connects. But if not, you need to select other board and port. Okay, yours might not be on COM3. Your port might be COM4, COM5. All right. Okay. So now what we need to do is set up our attributes. All right, our attributes. We've done this in earlier videos. So it's int. Yeah, input equals capital A 0. All right, so input now stands for A0. All right, semicolons, space int, space LED, capitals. I'm going to put mine capitals. Remember, you can name it whatever you want. All right. And that equals, we're on pin 13, semicolon. Don't forget your semicolons. All right. So now LED in capitals now stands for pin 13. Right. And now we've got int. And it's sensor value. Capital V on the value. All right, I like the old bumpy text. Okay, equals 0 semicolons. All right. So this variable for the super value sets it to a starting value of 0. All right, for that one. Okay, let's go to, that's our attributes done, not our variables. Attributes is Python. That's our variables done. Our variables. All right. Now we're going to go to our void setup. Okay, this function. This is our start of our setup. This is the end of our setup. Okay. So what do we have to do? We've got to do our pin modes. All right. Pin mode. Brackets on. All right. Excuse me. And it's LED. And it's an output. All capitals. All right. Come outside the brackets, semicolon. All right. That's all we need for our setup. That's all we need for our setup. Okay. Remember, this closes off the setup command. All right. Let's go to our loop. Let me put a few spaces in there so we can see where we're at. Right. Okay. Now the voltage of the potentiometer is read out and gets saved as a number between 0 and 1023, 1023, and it's saved under what the sensor value. Okay, so we're going to do the sensor. All right. Value. All right. The sensor value equals analog read, capital R on the read. All right. Brackets on. Notice the analog read changes color. We're happy with that. And it's an input, but this time it's small case. All right. Come outside the brackets, semicolon, enter. All right. So that's our analog read done. Now we have to do a digital write. Capital W on the right. Okay. Brackets on. And it's LED high. LED, sorry, comma, high. All capitals. Come outside the brackets, semicolon, on. Okay, so this is going to turn the LED on. Now we want a delay. All right, and sorry, brackets on, gives us auto brackets off, and it's going to be sensor value. All right, sensor value. Come outside, semicolons. All right, the value which is saved under sensor value. All right, sensor value defines how long the LED will light up in milliseconds. All right, in milliseconds. And then let's get down a bit so you can see this. Then we want, so we've done the sensor value. We now want a digital write. Brackets on, brackets off, changes colour, everybody's happy. LED, capitals, comma, low, capitals. Come outside the comma brackets, semicolon. All right. Do a couple of spaces, bring her up. And then we've got a delay. All right, brackets on. sensor value. Come outside the brackets, semicolon. So what this is doing, the value which is saved under sensor value defines how long the LED is turned off in milliseconds. All right. Come up. Okay. This closes our loop. All right. This opens our loop. This closes our loop. All right. Okay. Let me just check. Make sure nothing left out. Okay. Looks okay to me. Looks okay to me. Let's verify. Make sure everything's okay. Okay, so you know these potentiometers. I don't know if you've in your house or you've seen in a house, we've got a dial on the wall next to electricity. All right, that's a potentiometer, so we can make the light brighter or darker. All right, so that's why we need to know this, because we might want to increase power or decrease power on another component. That's why we need to load this. So, yep, that looks okay. Yeah, that's why we need to know this, how a potentiometer, how we can configure it in C++. All right, waiting for the sketch to upload. All right, uploading. Done uploading. Okay, let's go overhead. We've got our flashing LED. Let's turn her up. And the speed increases. And it's fully on. Take it down. Slower and slower, slower and slower, slower and slower, till it's really slow. Great, great. Just a reminder, if you haven't got your components yet, then please use the link below. There's some founder link below, and you get all the kits, excuse me, and all the components you'll need for any of the experiments we're doing here on this channel. And you can use them for experiments that you find on the interweb, right, the internet. Well, great, great. Well, that's a potentiometer and controlling the blinking of an LED. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next one. Okay, so stay safe and bye-bye.